There is a reason you have paused your life to be here right now. It is not a coincidence. It is not an algorithm. It is an appointment. Be still, chosen one, because the air around you is about to change. Heaven is parting the veil for you at this very second. An energy of immense, overwhelming love has been petitioning God on your behalf, day and night, and that prayer has finally been answered. You have felt it, haven't you? That subtle shift in the atmosphere, the sudden goosebumps on your arms when there is no breeze, the feeling of being watched over by a benevolent presence. It is the voice of your mother, reaching across eternity with an urgent message she could not deliver while she walked this earth. She has been standing by your side, watching you carry the crushing weight of unspoken words, of unfinished goodbyes, and of a guilt that was never yours to bear. Her first wish, her primary command from the spiritual realm, is to set you free from that burden. She wants you to know with absolute certainty that you were her greatest blessing. Her love for you was and is complete. But, my dear friend, there is a more pressing matter at hand. This is not just a message of comfort, it is a spiritual emergency. Your mother is bringing you a warning from her new, clarified perspective in the kingdom. She sees something you cannot see. She sees a danger that is impacting your physical body, your appearance, and your very life force. There is someone in your life right now, someone whose presence feels unsafe. Your mind and prepare for what's coming with daily practices of focus, boundaries, and discipline. Stop negotiating with the noise. Learn to spot distractions before they control you. And strengthen your mind. Also available in an immersive audio version. Over 10 Zuru readers have already transformed their lives through the 30-day journey. Thousands of people have already started this transformation. People like you who are tired of living in the fog. Ordinary people who decided to stop accepting mental chaos. Take advantage of this limited time offer only this month. Access your link just below in the pinned comment. Settling, a person whose kindness is nothing more than a mask for an energy that is draining you dry. Your mother sees this with heavenly clarity, and she is imploring you to trust the divine warning system within your own spirit. Have you noticed how tired you look lately? Have you looked in the mirror and seen a dullness in your eyes that sleep cannot cure? That is not aging. That is spiritual theft. Do not dismiss your unease. It is her protection, and she is not alone. Standing right beside her is another soul you lost, someone whose departure left you with a gaping wound of unresolved pain. They have waited for this specific moment to assure you that you were not to blame for their journey's end. You were a light to them, and they now seek to return that peace to you. But this healing can only be received if you are brave enough to listen to the truth about your body and the company you keep. Before I reveal exactly who this person is and how they are affecting your physical appearance, I need you to take a deep breath. Ground yourself. You are safe here, but you must pay attention because the next few minutes will change the way you see your life forever. Let us speak plainly about your body. Your mother is drawing my attention to your physical vessel. She knows that lately you have been looking in the mirror and criticizing what you see. You see exhaustion. You see accelerated aging. You see weight that fluctuates or refuses to leave, skin that has lost its glow, and eyes that look heavy with a sorrow you cannot articulate. You have been telling yourself that this is just stress, or perhaps that it is just the inevitable march of time. Your mother is here to tell you that you are wrong. Your body is not failing you. Your body is communicating with you. In the spiritual realm, the body is the barometer of the soul. When your spirit is under attack, your body screams. The symptoms you are experiencing, the sudden fatigue that hits you when you are around certain people, The headaches that appear without medical cause, the stomach issues that flare up when you receive a specific text message, these are not random, these are alarms. Your mother is showing me that you are an empathic being. You absorb energy, and right now your system is overloaded with an energy that does not belong to you. Think about the last time you felt truly beautiful, truly vibrant. It feels like a distant memory, doesn't it? That is because there is a parasitic energy in your circle. Your mother wants you to understand the biology of this spiritual attack. When you are in the presence of this specific person, and you are already beginning to suspect who it is, your body releases cortisol, the stress hormone, even if they are smiling at you. Your intuition knows what your conscious mind refuses to accept. This constant drip of stress hormones is what is changing your appearance. It breaks down collagen, it disrupts your sleep cycles, and it stores fat around your midsection as a protective layer for your vital organs. You are literally shielding yourself physically from a spiritual threat. Your mother weeps not because you have aged, but because you blame yourself for it. She sees you as radiant. She sees the light that pours from your heart. But she needs you to see the correlation between your health and this toxic presence. Before we identify this person, I want you to make a commitment to your own spirit. Right now, declare that you are ready to reclaim your health. If you are ready to heal, I want you to click that like button as a signal to the universe that you are listening. It is a small act, but it sets a powerful intention. Now let us go deeper into this warning. Your mother is showing me a specific dynamic. This person in your life, they are not an obvious enemy. If they were openly hostile, you would have walked away long ago. No, this danger is subtle. This is a wolf in sheep's clothing. This person may be a family member, a longtime friend, or perhaps a colleague you interact with daily. They often play the victim. They come to you with their crises, their drama, their endless needs. And because you have a heart of gold, the same heart your mother nurtured, you listen, you give, you offer advice, you pour your energy into them. But notice how you feel afterwards. Do you feel drained? Do you feel like you need a nap just to recover from a conversation with them? Do you notice that when you share your good news, their smile doesn't quite reach their eyes? Or perhaps they offer a compliment that feels like a hidden insult. This is the person your mother is warning you about. She is showing me that this person is envious of your light. It is a deep, subconscious envy. They see the resilience in you, the connection you have with the divine, and they want to siphon it. In the spiritual community, we call this an energy vampire. But the term is almost too light for the reality of what is happening. This is a spiritual parasite. Your mother wants you to know that their envy is acting like a slow poison. Every time you allow them to cross your boundaries, every time you suppress your discomfort to be polite, you are allowing them to take a piece of your vitality. This is why you look tired. You are feeding two souls with one body. Your mother is screaming from the heavens, "Stop! You are not responsible for fixing them. You are not responsible for carrying their karma. You are only responsible for the temple God gave you." I know this is hard to hear. You are a loyal person. Loyalty is one of your defining traits, but loyalty to a toxic person is treason to your own soul. Your mother wants you to recall a specific memory. Think back to a moment recently where you felt a sudden drop in your mood, a wave of anxiety that came out of nowhere. Who had you just spoken to? Who had just walked into the room? That was your spirit guide and your mother's influence trying to alert you. The warning system is working, but you have been hitting the snooze button. You tell yourself, "Oh, they mean well," or "They are just going through a hard time." Your mother says, "Enough." Their hard time has become your hard life. You must begin to distance yourself. You do not have to be cruel. You do not have to cause a scene, but you must close the access. There is another layer to this message, one that is even more tender. Standing beside your mother is that second soul I mentioned. someone you loved deeply, someone whose passing was perhaps traumatic or sudden, or perhaps prolonged and painful. You have carried a secret guilt about this person. You replay the last moments. You wonder if you did enough. You wonder if they knew how much you loved them. You wonder if, in their final moments, they felt alone. This guilt has also settled in your body. It sits in your chest, creating a tightness that never fully goes away. It sits in your throat, making it hard to speak your truth. This second soul is stepping forward now, hand in hand with your mother. They want you to look at the screen, to hear these words as if they were spoken directly into your ear. It was not your fault. They show me that you were a beacon of light for them, even when you felt helpless, even when you were tired, even when you lost your patience. They saw your heart. They saw your sacrifice. They are showing me that from their perspective now, all is forgiven. In fact, there was nothing to forgive. The human experience is messy, and grief makes us question everything. But in the clarity of the afterlife, they see only love. They want you to release this guilt because it is another factor that is weighing down your physical appearance. Guilt is a heavy, low-vibration energy. It pulls your features down. It grays your aura. When you release guilt, you physically look younger. You look lighter. Your mother and this loved one are working together to lift this heavy cloak from your shoulders. Imagine them right now, standing on either side of you, placing their hands on your shoulders, lifting that weight off. Can you feel it? Can you feel the permission to be happy again? But we must return to the warning about your appearance, because there is a solution, a way to reverse the damage. Your mother is giving me a vision of you standing in front of a mirror. She sees how you scrutinize yourself. She hears the insults you throw at your own reflection. I look so old. I look terrible. Nobody will love me looking like this. She wants you to stop this immediately. These words are spells. When you speak them, you are commanding your cells to obey. You are cursing your own body. The warning is this: if you continue to speak death over your appearance, you will manifest more decay. But if you change the narrative, you can reverse the aging that stress has caused. Here is the secret your mother wants you to know, a secret that connects science and spirituality. Your cells are listening to your thoughts. When you look in the mirror and think, "I am exhausted," your body produces chemistry that creates exhaustion. When you look in the mirror and say, "I am healed, I am protected, I am loved," your body produces dopamine, serotonin, and oxytocin. These are the chemicals of youth. These are the chemicals of healing. Your mother is challenging you to a 7-day experiment. For the next 7 days, every time you pass a mirror, you must look yourself in the eye and say, "I am filled with divine light. I am protected from all negative energy. My mother's love surrounds me." It sounds simple, perhaps too simple for the magnitude of your pain, but the most powerful spiritual tools are always simple. It is the consistency that creates the miracle. Now, about that person, the one who drains you, you might be asking, how do I protect myself if I cannot completely cut them out? Perhaps they are a parent or a boss or a spouse. Your mother is practical. She knows you live in the real world. She offers you a technique of spiritual shielding. Before you interact with this person, visualize a wall of mirrors surrounding you, facing outward. When this person projects their negativity, their passive-aggressive comments, their neediness, their chaos, visualize that energy hitting the mirror and bouncing right back to them. Do not absorb it. Do not try to transmute it. Let it return to its sender. This is not an act of malice. It is an act of divine order. You are returning to them what is theirs, so they can deal with their own lessons. By refusing to carry their baggage, you force them to carry it themselves, which is the only way they will ever grow. And in doing so, you stop the cortisol drip in your own body. You will notice, within days of doing this, that your skin will clear. The puffiness around your eyes will diminish. You will have more energy in the afternoons. This is the physical manifestation of spiritual boundaries. Your mother also wants to address the lies you tell yourself. You believe that you are alone in this battle. You believe that nobody understands the depth of your struggle. That is a lie. The spiritual realm is teeming with activity on your behalf. You have a team. You have ancestors who walked this earth before you, who survived hardships you can only imagine, and their resilience is encoded in your DNA. You are not weak. You are a warrior who has been tricked into thinking they are a victim. Your mother is here to wake up the warrior. She's showing me that you have a purpose that you haven't even touched yet. This period of darkness, this feeling of being drained, it was a testing ground. It was the wilderness before the promised land. But you cannot enter the promised land carrying the baggage of that toxic relationship. You have to drop it. The next revelation may shock you. Your mother is showing me that this toxic person knows what they are doing on some level. It may not be fully conscious, but they know that when they provoke you, they feel better. They feed on your reaction. This is why grey rocking is so important, becoming as boring and unresponsive as a grey rock. When you stop reacting, when you stop feeding them your emotional energy, they will eventually move on to a new source. They will try to provoke you harder at first. This is called an extinction burst. They will ramp up the drama because they are starving for your energy. But if you hold the line, if you trust your mother's warning, they will fall away. And when they do, watch how your body transforms. Watch how the weight falls off. Watch how your eyes sparkle again. I feel the presence of the second soul again. They are stepping forward with a specific message about your future. They see a fork in the road. One path leads to continued depletion, health issues, and a dimming of your light. That is the path where you keep everyone else happy at the expense of your own soul. The other path is the path of sovereignty. It is the path where you say no without guilt. It is the path where you prioritize your rest, your joy, and your connection to God. On this path, they see you glowing. They see you attracting new people, people who give as much as they take, people who celebrate you, not just tolerate you. This future is available to you, but you must choose it. You must choose it today. Your mother wants you to know that she is still with you in the quiet moments. You know that time when you are driving alone and a song comes on the radio that makes you cry? That is her. You know that moment just before you fall asleep, when you feel a sudden wash of peace. That is her smoothing your brow. You know when you find a coin on the ground or see a feather in an unexpected place. These are her breadcrumbs leading you back to hope. She has never left you. She simply changed form. She is now pure energy, pure love, and she is more powerful now than she ever was in a physical body. She can be everywhere at once. She is protecting your children, your home, and your heart. But she needs your cooperation. She cannot override your free will. If you choose to stay in the toxic cycle, she can only watch and weep. But if you choose to break free, she can move mountains to help you. Let's talk about the symptoms again. To be absolutely clear, the bloating, the digestive issues, this is your solar plexus chakra, the center of your personal power, being blocked. When you allow someone to dominate you, your gut reacts. The throat issues, the coughing or tightness, this is your throat chakra, blocked because you are swallowing your truth. The lower back pain, this is financial fear and lack of support, often triggered by people who make you feel insecure. Your body is a map. Read it. Trust it. Your mother is the cartographer helping you navigate this map. There is a powerful spiritual truth that says, as within, so without. But it is also true that as with whom, so with you. You become the average of the people you spend the most time with. If you spend time with people who are spiritually sick, you will become physically sick. It is a law of resonance. Your mother wants you to raise your vibration so high that these low vibration entities cannot even touch you. How do you do that? Gratitude, prayer, nature, solitude, and most importantly, boundaries. A boundary is not a wall. It is a gate. You get to decide who comes in and who stays out. You have been leaving the gate wide open and the thieves have come in to steal your joy. It is time to lock the gate. I want to ask you a question, and I want you to answer it honestly, in the privacy of your own heart. If you knew that your mother was standing right in front of you, watching you interact with this toxic person, would you change your behavior? Would you stand up for yourself more? Would you protect your peace because she is there? She is watching, not with judgment, but with a fierce, protective love. She wants you to defend the child she raised. She did not raise you to be a doormat. She raised you to be a king, a queen, a child of the Most High. Act like it. This message is coming to a close, but the work is just beginning. You have a challenge ahead of you. The next time you encounter this person, you will feel the warning in your gut. It will be undeniable. In that moment, remember this video, remember your mother's plea. Take a step back, breathe, put up your mirror shield, and choose yourself. It will feel uncomfortable at first, like using a muscle you haven't used in years. But every time you do it, you will get stronger. And as you get stronger, your body will heal. The inflammation will go down. The anxiety will recede. You will look in the mirror and recognize the person staring back at you. Your mother and the second soul are slowly stepping back now, fading into the brilliant light from which they came. But they are not leaving you. They are simply moving from the foreground to the background, taking their posts as your eternal guardians. They are smiling. They are proud of you for listening. They know that you have received the download. They know that the seed has been planted. Now, it is up to you to water it. Before you go, there is one final instruction from Spirit. You must seal this protection. You must claim this healing. Do not let this just be another video you watched and forgot. Make it a turning point. If you receive this message, if you accept your mother's love and her warning, and if you are ready to release the guilt and the toxic weight, I want you to declare it. I want you to type, "I am free," in the comments below. Let those words be your first act of rebellion against the darkness. Let them be your declaration of independence. And as you type them, feel the chains breaking. Feel the heavy energy lifting off your chest. And please, if this message resonated with your spirit, share it with someone else. You never know who else is carrying a burden they don't need to carry. You never know who else needs to hear their mother's voice today. By sharing this, you become a vessel of light for others, just as your mother is for you. Subscribe to the channel to keep this connection open, to keep feeding your soul with truth. We are a community here, a family of souls seeking the light. You are not alone. You are loved beyond measure. You are watched over. You are safe. Go now in peace, but go with eyes wide open. Trust your gut, trust your body, trust your mother, and most of all, trust God, who makes all things new. The healing has already begun. Can you feel it? It is done. Amen. Now that the prayer has been spoken and the intention set, we must address what happens the moment you open your eyes and step back into the three-dimensional world. This is the most critical phase of your spiritual surgery. Most people fail not during the prayer, but in the aftermath. You have just shifted your energy field, but the world around you and the specific person triggering your anxiety has not changed yet. In fact, physics tells us that when one force changes, the opposing force often intensifies to maintain the status quo. This is known as the extinction burst in psychology, but in spiritual warfare, it is known as the counterattack. You need to be prepared for it, or you will slide right back into the darkness within 48 hours. Listen closely, because what I am about to explain bridges the gap between the ancient wisdom of your ancestors and modern neuroscience. When you declared, "I am free," your brain released a cocktail of neurochemicals: dopamine, oxytocin, perhaps a bit of serotonin. You feel lighter, But your body, specifically your nervous system, has been addicted to the stress hormones, cortisol and adrenaline that this toxic relationship produces. You have been living in a state of fight or flight for so long that your baseline for normal is actually a state of high alert. When you suddenly choose peace, your body might actually panic. It might feel boring or unsafe because it is unfamiliar. This is why you might feel a sudden urge to call that person, check their social media, or explain yourself one more time. It is a chemical withdrawal. Your mother's spirit knows this. She watched you grow. She knows your patterns better than you do. She is whispering now that you must hold the line. You are between the ages of 35 and 55, likely closer to the middle of life. At this stage, your biology is less forgiving than it was in your 20s. When you engage in these toxic cycles now, the inflammation does not just go away after a good night's sleep. It settles in your joints, it clouds your brain with fog, it spikes your blood pressure. The gut feeling you ignored is actually the vagus nerve screaming for mercy. This nerve connects your brainstem to your heart, lungs, and digestive tract. When you are around this person who drains you, your vagus nerve shuts down your digestion and ramps up your heart rate. This is not just bad vibes, this is physiological damage. So how do you maintain the boundary when your own body is fighting to go back to the familiar chaos? You must use the observer effect. Quantum physics teaches us that the act of observing a particle changes its behavior. The same is true for your emotions. When the urge to engage with this toxic energy arises, when the phone rings or the guilt trip text arrives, do not react. Observe. Say to yourself, I am noticing that my chest is tight. I am noticing that I feel the urge to apologize. By observing the feeling, you detach from it. You are no longer the person feeling the fear. You are the consciousness watching the fear. This is the space where your mother's spirit resides. In that gap between the trigger and your reaction, you are safe. Let's dig deeper into the specific dynamic that is haunting you. Usually, the person triggering this fear falls into one of two archetypes that prey on empathetic souls like yours. We need to identify them so you can see them coming. The first is the eternal victim. This person uses your empathy as a weapon. They are always in a crisis, and it is always someone else's fault. If you do not help them, you are selfish. Your mother wants you to know that you cannot save someone who is committed to drowning. Every time you rescue them, you rob them of the lesson their own soul contracted to learn. You are not being kind, you are being an enabler. The second archetype is the benevolent critic. This is harder to spot. They disguise their control as care. I'm only telling you this for your own good, they say, before dismantling your self-esteem. They question your decisions, your parenting, your career, and your spiritual path. They make you feel small so they can feel big. Here is the secret that will change everything. They do not have power over you. You give them power by seeking their validation. You are still that little child, hoping that if you just explain it well enough, if you are just good enough, they will finally see you and love you. But you must accept a brutal truth to be free. They may never see you. They may never understand. And that is okay. You do not need their permission to be happy. You do not need their stamp of approval to be worthy. Your worth was established before you were born, woven into your DNA by the Creator and nurtured by the mother who loved you. Seeking water from a dry well will only leave you dying of thirst. Stop holding out your cup to people who have nothing to pour into it. I want to give you a practical tool, a psychological shield to use in the coming days. It is called the Grey Rock Method, but we are going to add a spiritual dimension to it. When you must interact with this person, perhaps at a family gathering or regarding a necessary logistical matter, you become like a grey rock, boring, uninteresting, impenetrable. You offer no emotional reaction. You answer with yes, no, or I see. You do not justify. You do not explain. You do not defend. Why? Because narcissists and energy vampires feed on reaction. Whether you are screaming in anger or crying in despair, it is all food to them. It is all energy. When you become a grey rock, you starve them. They will poke and prod, trying to get a rise out of you. They will say the one thing they know hurts you, but you will remain a rock. And eventually, they will move on to a new source of supply. While you are being a grey rock on the outside, on the inside, you are practicing the golden light. Visualize that mirror shield we spoke of earlier, but fill your internal body with a warm, golden liquid light. This is the love of your ancestors. It is the presence of the divine. While they are speaking their toxic words, you are internally chanting a mantra. I am safe, I am loved, I am separate. Adi, this dual awareness, boring on the outside, radiant on the inside, is the master key to navigating toxic relationships without losing your soul. Now, we must address the guilt. This is the heavy chain that drags you back. You feel guilty for setting boundaries. You feel guilty for choosing yourself. You hear a voice saying, but they are family, or but I owe them. Let me ask you this. If your mother were standing here and someone was handing you a cup of poison, would she want you to drink it just to be polite? Would she want you to destroy the body and mind she gifted you just to avoid an awkward conversation? No. The guilt is a lie. It is a programming installed in you by a society that benefits from your compliance. Real love does not require you to set yourself on fire to keep others warm. There is a scientific concept called epigenetics, which suggests that trauma can be passed down through generations. The anxiety you feel might not even be entirely yours. It could be the unresolved fear of your grandmother or her mother living in your cells. But here is the beautiful news. If trauma can be inherited, so can resilience, so can wisdom. By doing this attention, you need to prepare now. I put together an exclusive resource for those who feel set apart for something greater, but live surrounded by noise, distractions, and mental overload. This is a 30-day journey that will transform your life. A guided path to armor your mind and prepare for what's coming with daily practices of focus, boundaries, and discipline. Stop negotiating with the noise. Learn to spot distractions before they control you. And strengthen your mind. Also available in an immersive audio version. Over 10 Zuru readers have already transformed their lives through the 30-day journey. Thousands of people have already started this transformation. People like you who are tired of living in the fog. Ordinary people who decided to stop accepting mental chaos. Take advantage of this limited time offer only this month. Access your link just below in the pinned comment.